well read now. And so now I tell you, it's been quite an exciting day. I had a wonderful interview with Shannon Bowers already. That is a really cool thing, waiting on Mike. And then tonight I'm talking to Warren Zanes. And why Warren Zanes is so incredibly cool is he not only wrote the biography of Tom Petty, he also he also was the writer of the wonderful film that I've continued to just really triumph, which is The Gift on YouTube. If you've not watched it, go now and watch that. That's about Johnny Cash. And it's the best thing I've seen on Johnny Cash, despite the fact that I've seen many things on Johnny Cash. And so I would definitely I would invite all of you to go and watch a free film on YouTube called The Gift. It's wonderful. It's really good. And it is the best Johnny Cash film I've ever seen. So I can't wait to talk to Warren about his history. Of course, he was in the band the Del Fuegos, and then later he was, he's been a writer. I want to hear about his involvement with little Steven Van Zandt. He's had a really cool and very interesting rock and roll life. I can't wait to hear about it all. It'll be very interesting to hear about that stuff. And so I've already had there's been great success made on the stuff I've tried to do today. And now I just can't wait to hear from Mike and hear what he's up to. And so let's just stand here for a minute because, again, this has been an incredibly eventful and, also really, it's like one of these things where you've seen every little bit of this come together. Had great calls, all this stuff. And it's just so amazing. And also, let's take a minute and let's talk about the wonderful book by Tiffany Brown called Landmarks. You always need to mention that. It's a wonderful book, great book. I feel like Donald Trump now. I'm talking all these things, but I've got a lot of great programs, a lot of great things going on. And I'm just saying it's all coming together so beautifully. And tonight, Warren Zanes, like how cool is that? Having the most fun doing all these things. And as I continue to say, I'm having the best pandemic ever. And so if anyone wants to or knows about Warren, oh, there it is, Mike. He just went off. There he is. He's back on. Let me see you, Mike. Here it is. Hello. How are you? Let's get you on the screen here. Here we are. And there you are. How are you, Mike?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Why that voice today?
Oh, I just got here. I can't get I got too much brightness on my face here.
Okay.
Well, that's okay.
You're a bright star. That's what it means. That's clearly what it means. So tell me about your day. I hope you've had half as good a day as I have. So I want to hear about it.
My day's been pretty fun. It's
Okay.
When you have a hurt foot
Uh-huh.
and you're going to a wound doctor, don't get it wet. It's bandaged.
Okay.
Try to take your foot and your ankle and try to shower and not get it wet.
Right.
Impossible. Okay, so I put a towel. I wrapped a towel around it. All the dressing is already on it. Then I wrapped a sock that's on it. Then I wrapped a towel around it. Then I wrapped a Walmart shopping bag around it. And then I tied that. And then I took a big trash bag from the kitchen and put that all the way up to my knee and tied that. Then I kind of halfway tried to stand in the up and down little bitty shower.
Right.
And okay, it's true. I have to, my hair would be white. It's pretty gray. I've been coloring my hair for, 20 years, man. It was time. I've been wanting to get that done for the last month. So I decided I would do that. And, it turned out okay. It's fine. Right. But just trying to do all this kind of like one-handed because you're using the other hand trying to stand up.
Right.
So I did all that. The foot didn't get wet. That was a good thing. And then what happened? I got up early, so I had to be at my doctor at 2, so I had plenty of time.
Right.
This came in the mail today.
Okay, what's that?
Well,
Amazon?
Santa Claus bought me a few things off of Amazon.
Wow.
And I always I'm notorious for trying it out and seeing how I like it, and if I don't, send it back, get the refund. Last year, I found some identical clones to AirPods.
Yes.
And the YouTube listings on there and everything. These guys said, we're not going to tell where you can get a hold of us because we're not trying to make money, but we'll give the link where you can get them.
Right.
These things were awesome. Looked identical. I mean, not close. I mean, these were the identical. And these guys are going, man, these even have the same chip that Apple uses. Evidently, it's somebody that worked for Apple and then got fired or left and started his own thing.
Yes.
So I had these on order for a couple of weeks, and I wasn't getting no tracking number or anything. Then some other company writes me and says, here, you're one of the many people that got scammed. There is no such company. But we're the company, so we'll help you get your money back.
Right.
But go ahead and order them from us. And I'm like, oh, that's 2 scammers. Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, I got my money back out of that deal. But it was, man, my face is just white. Maybe if I get back.
You're a bright star, I'm telling you. I've been telling that for weeks. You're a star.
Yeah, I'm a star. That's right. Okay. So I found, I think, a $39 pair or something of, there's all kinds of replicas.
Right.
I want them just for doing things like this. And there's a lot of times I used to have Beats and I tore them up, and I got some other ones that hang on and put in your ears. Got all kinds of that stuff. And I got the kind that go in your ears, and I got some Bluetooth headphones that are just, man, they sound good. But anyway, so I found these and I read all the reviews. And the main thing on these little things, if you get a good sound through them, because it's just, and that was the main thing everybody on their reviews were craving about. So I took the money that I sent a couple little things back, electronic things, and ordered these, and they came in today. We'll see what happens. I'd bought 2 other pair that I didn't like and sent back. That was last year. So anyway, those came in. So then I had to, I had to take this stuff I'm sending back to Amazon and bag it up and get the codes and take it to the Amazon store. Then I went to my doctor, and she is awesome. She ended up with COVID. Her and her husband, she took the COVID shot on Christmas Eve and got it like the next day or 2. And but she's okay. As far as my foot goes and everything's fine. I asked her once more. I said, I'm not on any type of medication for diabetes or anything. Is that because she told me when I first started coming back to her after I left the bad places I didn't want to be.
Right.
She said, your A. She goes, diabetes doesn't even count so much as far as your numbers are when you check your blood. It has to do with your AC1.
Right.
Where all those for a month give you. And she goes, when I went in there, I was like, something like my AC1 was like 31 or something, way up there, off the charts.
That's
it's very high. It's very high. And then she goes, just like snapping your fingers, I went down to my A1 was 6.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
She goes, that's beyond fantastic. That's just so she said, so I'm not going to put you. And she goes, your doctor in Nashville said one time, you just get whacked out on sugar, and he kept you off. So you hadn't been on any medicine like 8 or 9 years.
Right. And
she goes, I think that's it. You're just paying more attention since all this happened. And she goes, I'll see you again in a month, and we'll see what the AC1's doing during this month. But she goes, for right now, it's there's no reason to do that, And so seeing her was I was just saying a little prayer. I don't want anything else to be wrong with me, And
Yes.
it was just a good visit. So that was good. What else happened? I got home and I don't know. I think that's about it, but that's quite a bit.
That's a lot. Very good.
Yeah, when you're on crutches hobbling around, yeah, it's a lot.
Well, you're improving. That's the dynamic. All this stuff is just keep getting better and keep improving. I mean, that's the whole deal.
Yes, it is. My foot. Now I see my foot doctor tomorrow. He changed my wound. They put these little gauze things on that have silver in them.
Right.
I didn't know about that. Silver is something that's a powerful. It's kind of like some types of bleach or cleaner, or it kills bacteria. It's times 1,000 or something. But anyway, it's already in these cloths. And he decided this last time for the little wound he had, put some of it in that and then stretched it across the bottom of my heel that was trying to heal too. But he said the bottom of the heel's almost healed. So he's tried to wad this whole thing up and put it in my little size of my thumb. Where's that? Hole on my ankle. And I said, well, I would think you had to change that every day or every 2 days would be better. And he said, no. He said, it's actually the longer it stays in there, the better,
Right.
because it keeps working and you haven't let any air get in there to it.
Right.
And when he did it last week, he was really thrilled with it. And when the nurses changed it yesterday, they were like, oh my gosh, that looks better than we've ever seen it.
That's
so
great. That's great.
Hopefully that worked. Now my dog still got the urine. And this is the Mike Reed, what have you been doing now? My dog still got a urinary infection, which my vet said, well, you can operate on it. On the low end, it's $475, high end $650.
Wow.
Or you can get this Royal Canine dog food that's made to try to flush out the track.
Right.
But it's $60 for a bag.
Wow.
I said, I will give me a bag of that then. I'd rather spend $60 and see if it works than spend $675. But with $675, you get that thing that goes around the dog's head where it can't look. So anyway, I'm right in the middle of that stuff. And then they were telling me, well, it'll take about 2 weeks to get that. I go, 2 weeks to order this? I go, I get online and find your little chewy.com and different people. And they say they have it in stock. And a veterinarian has a sign for it. They said, well, what we've got in stock here, we've got cans of wet food.
Okay.
And you can give that to your dog about 3 a day until this comes in. And that's just $2.50 a can. Right. $7.50 a day for my dog to have some wet dog food? No, I said, well, I think what I would do, you gave me some medicine for, capsule pills that a dog won't, you stick it in a wiener and they chomp on the wiener and they hit the pill. And then and then they spit it out because it's like, well, what the heck is that? So it's pretty much, get the dog's mouth open, put it in at the back of her tongue and close her nose. And then after you do that for a couple pills, you make sure you give her some food, some snacks, because she's not happy. So it's been busy. This is Thursday. When I get off here, it'll be go find me and Mom something to eat. Mom's my secretary,
right?
And she's pretty good for 89.
Yes.
And man, there ought to be some other cool news, but I sent a space heater back.
Okay.
And I already ordered a different one because with the semi-neuropathy stuff I have in my hands and feet, just like sitting at a desk or something, my hands get cold, or my feet. And I ordered this one little cool looking one. And I read some reviews that said this about it, but usually when there's bad reviews, it's just because people don't know what they're doing and they're unhappy. So I'm going to write this on there. This thing though, last night, I hadn't even used it since Christmas time, and it come on. It's a little octangle, real cool looking, looked like it come out lost in space or something. and it heated up really good for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then it just shut off.
Uh-huh.
And you sit there for about 5 minutes, and then come back on, and then shut off. So I'm like, no, I want a heater that you turn it on and it just works till you shut it off. Yeah,
right.
That type. So anyway, it's now I always crack the people at Amazon up. It's always these little ladies. My name is Sisha. What is your name? Michael. Hi, Michael. Hi. How you doing? I'm doing well. How you doing today?
Let's just stay away from stereotypes. That's what it sounds like we're getting into. So I want to know, what have you thought about the incredible adventure that we're going on with Deep and Rubber? How do you like that?
What would I do? What?
No, I'm just so excited about all this, everything we're seeing. I mean, the numbers are going up daily. It's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, I'm, when I color the gray in my hair, I'm ready to start performing. Okay.
Back on rock and roll.
So tonight at 5, I'll be at Walmart on 76 Highway.
Oh, wow.
Riding in a little buggy around the store doing my performing act.
Okay, well, that's pretty fantastic.
Do you know what? I run into people there that know me, and I don't know them. Exactly. They're nice. Some girls she goes, Michael. She's with her husband or her boyfriend. I go, hi. And she takes her mask off. She goes, Tammy. My brain's going. I go, oh, yeah. She goes, I saw you on Facebook, and I saw you. I go, there's Michael.
Right. It's working. I'm telling you, 3 weeks is already working. I love it.
Well, I had to do the deal that was, you're on Facebook, right? Yeah. Well, when you get home, write me and just say, hey, it was cool seeing you at Walmart. I go, that'd be fun. I'll write you back. She never did. Yeah. So I don't know. And she told me, she goes, guess what? I'm having another grandbaby. I don't know who I was. I don't know who you were.
That shows how big a star you are. You were starting to see in 3 weeks how big a star you are. I'm just telling you. I am a big star. Yeah. Crazy.
But I am looking for knock knock joke. Knock knock.
Okay, sure. And who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Anita.
Anita who?
I need a lover that won't drive me crazy. I need a lover. Or knock knock. Dimitri. Dimitri who? Give me 3 steps. Give me 3 steps, mister. No, I need to find that very pretty, very funny, sensitive girl that wants to hang out with a musician and a magician.
Right. Both.
And she has her own cigar box guitar. Yeah. Because I don't loan out stuff very good.
No, exactly. But you did. I got to say that you once loaned me your 4-track digital box tape machine. Box tape. I don't even know if that was digital. That was probably pre-digital.
Yeah. Was it digital?
It probably wasn't. That was before that digital. I'm sure of that.
I know right where it's at. It records on a cassette tape. Yeah, for people who don't know, it's a 4-channel mixer. And it's got, open the little door on top, lays flat, put a cassette in, and you can bounce back and forth. You can take channel 1, 2, and 3 and put them on 4, and then you can record with it, and it's about as good as quality as you can get considering you're using a cassette tape. Yeah, you guys used it once.
I used it. I borrowed it one time, gave it back to you, but that was really cool to get to have Mike Reed's cassette tape recorder. That was so cool. That was a big deal in 7th or 8th grade or whatever that was.
And I used to try to do that stuff and try to record at home, make recordings and this and that. Now, I do have a CD that's all my washboard stuff that I just set up a microphone, analog, did everything live. And it's kind of a washboard and comedy thing. And on it, I'm going, hi, it's Michael Reed live. Live as in what you see and what you hear is what you get. That's it. If there's They're on there. I'm not changing them.
Yes.
And it's a fun CD, and it turned out really well. Half of recording is the person doing it's mind, just knowing what they want to hear. But I did that. But it got to where it was. I got to where if I wanted to record, it was just easier to go to a studio somewhere and have.
Right.
There used to be a studio up by Camden. Did you ever know of that?
No, but tell me, I think about all this stuff we're doing. Tell me about Lou and how he recorded you and what he said about you.
Lou and I figured out the name of that studio. I think it was called Columns 4 or Columns 3.
Column 1, yes.
You know where it was. It was in a residential neighborhood. And,
right.
I forget who that guy was. They came out and saw me. For those people familiar with Springfield, I was playing at the Top Rail, back where it originally was. And Lou came in along with the guy that had the recording studio. And I'm not sure but what Nick Sibley might have been with.
So?
It was all important people out of Springfield. I mean, guys.
Clearly.
But anyway, they said, we want you. Do you want to come over? They said, we heard you do a couple songs tonight. You said those were yours. And I go, yeah. They go, we love them. Will you come and record them? They go, it's not going to cost anything. We'll do all the work. We just want to get them down.
Right.
So I went, and they were sitting there, and we did some stuff. We were in the control room, and Lou was one of the main guys, because he was kind of like the engineer,
Big guy, yes.
But they said, you know what? They go, you really don't sound like anybody.
Right.
I go, well, that's okay, isn't it?
That's good.
They go, everybody's a singer anymore. They want to sound like I want to be like Garth Brooks. I want to sound like Alan Jackson. I want to sound like. And they said, you've got your sound. And they go, if we could pin it on any one artist, it would be
Johnny Rivers is what he said.
Johnny Rivers.
That's a big compliment to me. I love Johnny Rivers.
I think is an awesome compliment. I mean, I play his stuff. Like I said on here one day, if I could play anything and maybe be 60s rock stuff. But yes. I love the country stuff too, the old country.
Right.
The old country. So I've even thought about in a little show, if I was doing a little show, just, me, just a show, normal Branson show, a normal one.
Right.
I would probably have it something to do with the jukebox, the years of music. Start with the 50s, move into the 60s, into the 70s, into the disconnect that call there. And because I love playing all of it. I mean, boy, to do Ring of Fire or something like that, or Roger Miller, and then be able to turn around and do 60s stuff. There was so much talent in the 60s, but Johnny Rivers, Memphis and
so big.
So band. Cool. Oh, and then I love to play old Venture stuff, and I've even got certain guitars. Like I said, I learned on a Fender Mustang, like a 64 or something like that, a red one. Right. Either that, or I've got a Gretsch that's kind of island green, aqua blue. It's not blue, but it's a green.
All right.
That's fun. You just pull that out and you just but the most fun is pull out the old red Fender Mustang. Go, how many of you remember this? And then once again, a million ideals in this head that float around. That's like the gentleman I talked to about the thing that we're working on in Branson. He'd said, well, with what you guys are doing, it had to be a good show just in case some of the things you're wanting to do don't work out some night.
Absolutely. It needs to be, like I told you, it needs to be like a playbook. Where we go from this spot to this spot.
It needs to be a playbook, and you start out with the full game on it, the full play, exactly. That if you have nobody else to be involved.
Right, exactly.
And then 30, 40 minutes before your show, you carve the playbook down to what it's going to be tonight. It's like, well, it was at 100%. Tonight, What I'm doing is it's not 100%, it's 20%.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't see a single problem with that deal. If worse come to worse, all of a sudden you got a family that only pays something like
You've got
$15.
the
15. You got a family that only paid $15 a ticket and saw a really good music show.
right.
So,
Yeah.
and I can talk. I had a booking agent one time said, if the whole band don't show up, Michael just entertain you. That's him. He don't shut up. He just talks and you can do it. You just have to look at your crowd and read your crowd and know what to do with them. That's in anything, anything you do. Yeah,
And
it's
that's why I'm just so excited about what we're doing, because I think this is a really good idea, and I just love everything about it. I mean, I really do.
the best thing for us would be find a theater. It's already got the seating and all, and it can
Right.
be the 200 seat theater or the
Yes.
150 theater.
A jewel box. Yes.
We don't want the 1,000 seat theater. No,
What we do with 1,000 seats, I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
That's not right.
that's your too. But it just needs to be, and the best thing would be had the sound system in it, the lighting already in it, and it just needs to go in and spruce it up a little bit and
Right.
put our front on it. All of a sudden, you can put a whole front that changes the whole. And they go, well, that one theater used to be here. Well, it's still here. It's just behind that whole front that's in front of it now. And I think, man, that I can't get to thinking about it. I get excited thinking about
I
it.
know.
But,
It's exciting.
hey, I looked at the place I told you the other day that's just right side by side to the Titanic.
Uh-huh.
It don't have a lot of parking, but it's got parking for about 50 cars.
That's a big place. You've talked about that several times. Why is that so big?
It's a 2-level, and they had a bar in it, and a hypnosis guy, and somebody doing a rock and roll thing. It's right, man. It's right on the intersection where 165 heads down to the lake, and the Titanic's right there. And there's a little gas station. Back in the days when I was growing up, that's been there ever since then. And it's right next to that. And then right next to it is some people that pulled a cart in, sells like tacos or whatever, and helicopter rides and stuff.
Okay, yes.
And right next to that is the Ferris wheel.
Right.
So I'm like, but the other day when I was in the parking lot checking out the parking, and there was some guy there in a big 4-wheel drive truck. He looked too young, and he didn't look like somebody be out buying a theater. But anyway, he was out. He was just out taking pictures from every angle he could.
Uh-huh.
That's why I probably should have went and talked to him. Just said, "Hey, what are you going to do with this thing?"
Sure. Yes.
But yeah. See, I'm starting to feel well enough to get out
Exactly.
and do a few things now. In fact, February 13th, the day
Yes.
before Valentine's Day,
Uh-huh.
I will be doing my zaniness and DJ and karaoke, whatever I want to do. That's what they call it at
Right.
the Cape Fair. I guess it's the Eagle Lodge.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know. I did it last year, and we had fun. And so that's, man, it's way down there. I mean, driving home that night back to Branson, I thought I was going to see bears and elephants and a Bigfoot or two. Gee whiz. But yeah, even coming down the strip today, there's people just
A lot of opportunity.
yeah, I see where there's a famous Dave's barbecue going in down the street, and just different things are going. Now, it's a little difference. Oh, there's a building. Let's put we got a franchise barbecue. Let's put in there. Yeah, that's a little different than we're trying to do something where we don't have any investors that go, well, we got 4 of those. Well, it's not going to hurt to have our 5th one. No, it's like, well, there isn't any of those. So,
Brand new.
yeah.
All right, let's get off there, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay,
Say
well,
bye.
you learned what I did. Okay.